Hello, I'm Kunt from Kunt and the Gang, and I'm here to do an interview for London Rocks. Now, they emailed me over a load of questions, but my printer's run out of ink, so I couldn't print them off, so I've just jotted them down and off cut of plasterboard, and I'm going to read them out and respond to them. It says at the top here, "Hi Kunt, introduce yourself and say hi to London Rocks." Well, I've introduced myself already. I'm Kunt from minor internet hit act Kunt and the Gang. Hi London Rocks. First question. Are there any other cunts in your gang? Well, yeah, of course there are. You can't have a gang with just one cunt in. You need a couple of cunts, or better still, a bunch of cunts. But there's one other cunt in my gang, that's Little Cunt. He's not here at the moment, as you can see I'm on site, and he's been banned off the site because he came in last week and he wasn't wearing his steel toe caps. He was wearing his Adidas Samba. He likes the retro stylings. You can get away wearing them for five-a-side. Question 2. How did the second annual Kunt convention, or Kuntvention, at Nambucca go? That was my gig the other week. It was nice and busy and everyone was singing along to the minor internet hits. The low point for me was my celebrity pedo quiz, which I did in the middle of the night, but I'll tell you all about that because that's part of the next question. Question 3. Tell us about the celebrity pedo quiz at the Kuntvention and who won it. Well, my celebrity pedo quiz was inspired by the Operation U-Tree investigation. I wrote a series of poems that referred to celebrity pedos which were convicted on a no smoke without fire basis, as we do over here. The bloke who won it, Mark, he won it because the other contestant, Michael I think his name was, had about 25 pints and was so pissed that he couldn't answer any of the questions. But I've got one of the poems here that I'm going to read to you. This is a special rock-based one for London Rocks. Is it that way or that way? I can never work it out. I mean, they both look all right. Right, here it is, here's the poem. See if you can work out which celebrity pedo this refers to. I sing in a band and like to eat crepes. That's a red herring, but it rhymes with the next line. I share a name with a gay bloke from Steps. Am I in trouble? The answer is maybe. I've been charged with conspiring to stick my cock in a baby. Which moves us on to question 4. Who's your favourite celebrity pedo? Well, can you really have a favourite any kind of pedo? Because paedophilia ruins lives. But if I did have to choose one, it would have to be Lem Fairclough. He was an actor in Coronation Street in the 70s and 80s, and he was accused of touching up some girls in a swimming pool. But his defence was he was just helping them up onto the side, and his thumb slipped. Hence the catchphrase, thumbs up for Lem Fairclough. Question 5. We are making an exception interviewing you for London Rocks, as normally it is for rock music, but we think you're funny as fuck and deserve a feature on the YouTube. Thank you very much. Tell us if there is a connection between Kunt and the Gang and rock music. Well, I suppose there's a tenuous connection because I've played the Download Festival a couple of times, and I started off playing in rock music venues, and I still do, rather than comedy venues. My second ever gig, I was supported by a Bon Jovi tribute band. Question 6. Who do you admire musically? Well, I'm a big fan and still are of early Depeche Mode before they went all depressed and started using guitars and injecting heroin in their knobs. And I was also a big fan of the Mac Lads, who were kind of a sort of anti-PC 80s rock outfit. They were really good. I got a review actually last year at the Edinburgh Festival that called my act Crass Misogyny, Uncomfortable and Depressing. I'd like the lady that wrote that to go and see the Mac Lads, then come back and see me again and say if I'm as fucking bad as all that. Question 7. You played at Download. Do you have any rock and roll festival moments you'd like to share? Well, there was a lovely moment. I was playing in the comedy tent at Download, and it was full up, and there was people kind of 4 or 5 deep outside in the rain, just kind of outside the flaps. And I got everyone inside shouting one of the catchphrases from my greatest minor internet hit. They were all shouting fuck sticks, and I got all the people outside the tent to shout the other catchphrase from my greatest minor internet hit, and they were all shouting mother's cunt. It was a lovely moment of synchronicity, and probably one of my career highlights so far. That and that time I got sucked off round the back of the Railway Hotel in Southend. That was quite good as well. Question 8. If someone in the local boozer takes a dislike to you and calls you a cunt as an insult, is this so normal and commonplace that you now just look up and answer to your name? Yes. and I'll just go out the back and I'll wait for him with a couple of snooker balls in a sock. Question 9. What was your inspiration behind fuck sticks? Well, when I was a little boy, my granddad, he sat me on his knee. He gave me a Werther's original to retain my attention. Now, in case you don't know what Werther's originals are, they're sweets kept in the pockets of paedophiles. This was the early 80s. It was a much simpler time, and the paedophiles hadn't caught on to the addictive qualities for children. And my granddad, he sat me on his knee and he said to me, "Cunt, I'm going to pass this down to you. This is a family heirloom, but don't worry, it's not a boring old fucking photo or a broken watch. This is a word. It was passed down to me by my granddad, and I'm going to pass it down to you. It's a word you can use when something small goes wrong. Everyone else will be saying drat, damn, or rat's cocks, and you can wheel out this word and it will make you the Fresh Prince of minor incidents." I said to him, "What's the word, Grandad?" And he said, "Son, that word is fuck sticks." Well, that, and I ripped it off of Chaz and Dave's Gertcher. Question 10. Drawing spunky cocks is fun. Where was the best spunky cock you ever drew, stroke, placed, and did it get a reaction? In Edinburgh a couple of years ago at the Fringe Festival, I was too lazy to give out flyers for my show, so I had some stickers made up in the shape of a crudely drawn cock and bollocks, and I gave them out at the shows, thinking that people would all take one in an orderly fashion. People were just grabbing big handfuls of them, and after 4 nights there was over 1,000 stickers gone. And they just started to appear fucking everywhere, all over the other comedians' posters. And some of the other comedians had a proper sense of humour bypass about it and wanted to punch me in the face. And I got threatened by one of the promoters that I was going to get sued for thousands of pounds. And then the Fringe organisers told me I had to stop giving out the stickers. But my favourite bit of it all was I had 2 blokes turn up from Edinburgh City Council, Environmental Department, in their stab vests and their high-vis, looking quite irate, and they told me they'd spent all day driving around pulling off over 100 cocks. I wrote a big apology for it and kind of got it printed on posters that finished with a line, "I'm sorry if my cock cheesed anyone off." Question 11. It's good to be controversial, but when have you pushed it too far? Well, I don't think I've pushed it too far, but people don't always feel the same way. When I did my Michael Jackson tribute song, which I thought was heartfelt and factually accurate, I got a load of death threats from mental American Michael Jackson fans threatening they were going to pop a cap in my ass, whatever the fuck that means. Sounds quite sexy though. Question 12. What does a disco minge look like? Is it a sparkly vajazzled one, or just one with a huge fro? No, it's nothing so glamorous. A disco minge looks like... A disco minge is a minge that's been dancing at a disco all night, so it's probably quite sweaty, dishevelled, and a bit pongy. The kind of thing that a Femfresh wipe is invented for. Give it a couple of wipes of Femfresh and you can eat your dinner off it. Question 13. Is it true you only get a bucket and a half? Well, I can't believe that's true, because I must have done at least half a skip load over Carol Vorderman alone. Question 14, and this is the final question. What's coming up next for Kunt and the gang? Well, I'm playing at the Download Festival in the Comedy Tent on the Thursday night. I'm playing at the Rebellion Festival, a big punk festival in Blackpool. That's fucking brilliant. And I'm doing the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And then starting at the end of September, I'm doing a big fuck-off tour that goes nearly everywhere. Up until Christmas. And it says here as a sort of sub-question, plug your website here so we can follow you. My website is www.katg.co.uk. You can see all my videos and stuff are up there. There's loads of kind of time-wasting shite, and all the links to my Facebook, Twitter and YouTube are up there. Now lastly it says, before you go, can we get you to lean into the camera and give us a huge enthusiastic London Rocks for the video vault? Okay then, I will. But I still don't know what way round that goes, so I'll have to do 2 so you can use the right one, alright? London Rocks! I'll do one the other way now. London Rocks! See you later.